Hey guys, I am back with another video. This is another part, and yeah. So let's get into the video. We left off. Yeah, found it. In one of Orochimaru's base, he was revealing a plan. The seal Celine that had placed on was unbearable. Kabuto, where are you? He husked. Lord Orochimaru, I'm sorry, I have yet to figure out a way to heal your arms, Kabuto said. Damn it, that bitch and her seals, Orochimaru said. My lord, is there anything we can do? Kabuto asked. Yes, I need to find my old teammate. It's been too long since I ever seen her, Orochimaru said. Kabuto's eyes widened. Scene break. Back in the new Whirlpool, Celine was working hard at her desk. She was figuring out who is promoted. She then nodded and jotted out a few notes. Partner, bring me my nephew, Rio, Tenten, and Mika along with Hideko, Celine said. The humble named Peter bowed and disappeared. What do you want? Auntie Naruto asked as he appeared. Celine looked up to see that they all came. First off, Tenten Kuzagai, I welcome you to the new Whirlpool, and here's your new headband, the Uzukage said as she tossed the object at Tenten. Tenten looked at it, took it, and unwrapped her Konoha headband and tied her new one. She looked at her old one and frowned. It's okay. You can keep it. It has memories, Celine said, seeing the look on Tenten's face. Thank you, Celine. Tenten bowed. Right. Naruto Uzumaki, Mika Uzumaki, and Rio Kuzagai, Celine said. This had the three starting at attention. You all show great movement and potential during the tuning exams and the innovation. It is my decision to make you all three tuning, Celine said. She then tossed them as 3 coat jackets. They are a dark blue color with a of the symbol of the new Whirlpool on it. They put on their new vests on. Congratulations, Celine said. Thank you, little Celine, Rio and Mika said. Thanks, Auntie, Naruto said. Celine smiled at all of them. Dismiss, she said. Scene break. Outside the Kage Tower, Naruto had a grin on his face. We should gather it, he said. I agree. Yeah, we should get Hinata to join us, Mika said. Alright, let's meet to our usual place, Naruto said. With some nods, they peered away. They all met up at the nice restaurant. Rio had bought Tenten and Mika had Hinata with her along with Kunai. Naruto was standing waiting for Hideko. They headed inside. This place is one of the best places to eat in New Whirlpool, Naruto said. Ah, Naruto, it's so great to see you again. I heard you had some great matches in the tuning exams. The mistress said, hello, Shumbu. Hello, Pui. I'm gonna say that, just Shupoi. Sorry. Naruto greeted, your regular table? Shupumi asked, staring. No, we look like a private room. We got some consulting to do. Naruto said he showed off his tuning flat jacket. Shumumi saw that Mika and Rio were also wearing the flame jackets and smiled. Yes, this is something to celebrate. Come with me and I get your private room for your team and the guests, he said. He said. Soon they all stayed in a private room. They got their drink orders and sat around chatting. So Tenten, how are you adjusting to your clan? To your clan, Mika asked. It's so great. I mean, I thought I knew a lot about weapons and everything, but seeing all my clan knows, I know I have a lot to learn, Tenten said. She's scheduled to spar against Yofi to see where she be placed with the clan, Rio said. That means I should be there to make sure if Yofi goes overboard, I can heal Tenten back to normal, Mika said. This scared Tenten. She wouldn't really hurt me, would she? She asked. Most likely not, but Yofi tries to get a bit overexcited when it comes to spars, Rio said nonly. This didn't really help settle Tenten's nerves. What do you mean by that place Tenten would be in the clan? Kusanagi asked cautiously. In the Kusanagi clan, there are levels within the clan that has nothing really to do with the shinobi rank system. We need to see what areas Tenten is examining at and where she needs to work. This will help us figure out if she needs more of a bodyguard or assassin. Through the Kusanagi clan, does both of members learn more towards assassins and other bodyguards, Rio said. Kusanagi nodded. They all had a great time with each other, chatting and flustering. It seems that the cooks at the restaurant was pulling out all stops since they knew Naruto was standing there. Scene break. A few days later, Celine was at her desk and in the front of her was Jiraiya. What can I help you? What can I do for you, pervert? She asked. Jiraiya gumped something under his breath like, that's super pervert. Oh my god. I am here to request a mission from the Hokage, he said as he handed Celine with a scroll. Celine took it and read it over. Her eyes flicked up to the signing. Now why is it do you want him for this mission? She asked. Get to know my grandson and all, Jiraiya said. Well, if you want to get Naruto then? That means his team as well, Celine said. I do, and I take full possibility for them, Jiraiya said. Very well, the mission is approved, Celine said. Jiraiya nodded. Scene break. Naruto sighed as he and his team were to the gate waiting Jiraiya. The team had been defined by Celine what was going on and what their mission was. Naruto didn't want to go since he was enjoying getting to know Hinata and all as well being back home too. But he knew as a shinobi life wasn't always fair. Good, you're all here. Let's get going, Jiraiya said. The new Whirlpool nodded and followed Jiraiya out of the village. Oh, on the road, Mika decided to speak first. Jiraiya, are you sure you can get this lady Tsunade to take the Sea of Hokage? You do know how she feels about Konoha? She asked. Of course I can. I am Jiraiya the Gallant. The toad sounding compared as he posed with a toad he summoned. We are sure he's a Sannin, right? Rio asked with a great scourge. Yes, Rio, you know all powerful shinobi have a odd quirk or two. He looked at Yofi, Mika said. So the more insane the shinobi are, the stronger they are, Naruto said. Maybe. I need to do some studies on that, Mika said, trembling her lips in thought. Jiraiya grunted since the three had probably ignored him as they seemed to describe a research study that Mika wanted to do. Come on, brats. We got a lot of ground to cover, he said. Scene break. Are you sure she's here? Rios asked. They had been in the road for several days now without getting as much as shift to their target. I'm sure. My last source says that she was here, Jiraiya said. Was that before or after we recruit you from that horn of angry and violent woman waiting to stomp on your nuts? Mika asked. Jiraiya didn't answer that. God. The story was wild in the town. Jiraiya left to do his usual perversion under the guts of getting into from a contract he had, but as very soon caught and was running away from some very angry women that were after him like a stepping of the wild animal. It took Naruto, Rio, and Mika to settle them down to save Jiraiya. That was after they watched the old pervert get beaten up pretty good for a while. In the town of Turnkuskei, the group found in sight. This looks like Tsunade was here, Jiraiya said, explaining his decision. You mean she did all of this? Rio asked. Nah, just this wall. Not sure what to do with not sure what the rest of it though, Jiraiya said with the frown. Let's ask the guy, Mika said, pointing at the figure promptly. They got the tale of the great monster that destroyed the castle. This confused them, but kept it in the back of their mind. The group looked everywhere, but they found no sign of Tsunade at all. I hope she didn't skip out already, Naruto said. Yeah, it'd been nice to actually meet her, Mika said. Come on, let's take a break, Jiraiya said. He then led three choning into a bar, but as Jiraiya looked around for a place to sit, his eyes locked on and grinning appeared on his face. He then walked over with Naruto, Mika, and Rio following. Tsunade, fancy meeting you here, the toad sounding said in a soothing tone. What do you want, pervert? Oh my god. Tsunade ground as she drowned her cup of sake. Naruto, Mika, and Rio got their first look at Tsunade, the legendary slug sounding the medicman. They also saw the young woman with Tsunade, and she was holding a pig in her arms. Who are the brats, Jiraiya-sensei? Talk to your taking a team? Tsunade asked as she looked at 3 noble shinobi. Nope, these ain't mine. If you look at their headbands, you see, Jiraiya said with a grin. Tsunade did, and her eyes widened. Whirlpool, she said quietly. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, Chunin of the New Whirlpool, Naruto said. My name is Mika Uzumaki, Chunin of New Whirlpool, Mika said. My name is Ryo Kazunai, Chunin of New Whirlpool, Ryo said. But how Whirlpool was wiped out? Tsunade asked in total shock. Now that's a tale, sir. Mind if we sat down and have been on the road for a while, Jiraiya asked. Tsunade waved her hand and I didn't matter, but really wanted to know the story. So Jiraiya sat down with Naruto, Mika, and Rio. They were preparing to Tsunade's competition. Sunin and the pet pig toned. Suzune, sorry. And the pet pig toned after the Jiraiya told Tsunade all about how New Whirlpool came to be with Naruto. Mika and Rio added things that Jiraiya didn't know. Tsunade was surprised hearing all of it. She looked at the 3 New Whirlpool shinobi. Wow, now Tsunade, to why I'm here, Jiraiya said. Tsunade turned to her old teammate. Sensei has declared to step down and wants you to take his place, Jiraiya said. Me, Hokage? Why would I want to take that job? It's a fool's job, Tsunade said when taking a sip of her sake. Jiraiya frowned as he saw Tsunade didn't change since the last time he had seen her. Mika was shocked hearing this as well. Rio, Naruto sighed. Why does the old man want this old hag? She's nothing like the stories I've heard about her, he said. Tsunade got a tick above her eye as she glared at Naruto. What did you call me, brat? She groaned. You heard me. To think that you from a long and precious line of Senju, and it has waist down to this. It's sad and pathetic, Naruto said with a sunk. Look, brat, if you want to go, then let's take it outside and I'll beat your ass, Tsunade said, glaring at Naruto. Naruto then looked at Mika and Rio. They nodded to Naruto. Alright, let's go, he said. Outside, Tsunade was standing with Naruto and his teammate on the other side. What's going on, brat? It's supposed to be you and me, Tsunade asked. I'm a shinobi. I never play by the rules. Besides, Mika and Rio are my teammates. We do this as a team, Naruto said. Fine by me, Tsunade said. I'll take you all out with just one finger. She's quite cocky, isn't she? Rio complimented. Yes, given that she has confused a large of alcohol and hasn't trained and kept herself in shape, Mika said. Tsunade eyed Mika with a slight interest. Alright, let's go, Naruto said. The D charged in and Tsunade shifted her feet. she had her index finger ready. When they got close, Tsunade took the three out only to find that she had eliminated their shadow clones. This surprised the Sannin and then only dodged just in time as Rio swung his sword where her head would be. Mika then threw Sonin at Sinborn at Tsunade and she dodged those. Naruto moved with Taijutsu. Tsunade once again dodged it, but she knew that these three were compatible. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, Jiraiya and Tsunade watch. Lord Jiraiya, what do you think this is a good idea? She asked worriedly. Tsunade, not sure, but I will give these three some good example. Going up against a very powerful opponent, I've heard how good they are, but never seen it till now, Jiraiya said. Back with the fight, the three were getting tired. Tsunade threw out a pathetic. She was still very tough. Naruto looked at Rio and Mika. They all nodded. They then jumped back and pulled out some seals and slammed them on the ground. The Chunin came shooting out a locked around Tsunade's waist and neck. What the hell, brat? Tsunade shouted as she struggled. If we can't beat you, then we will try and contra you, Naruto said. Tsunade growled and using her super strength to break the chains. I guess we haven't tested those chains with somebody with that kind of strength, Mika said. Indeed, we need to make stronger chains to deal with that kind of stress, Rio said. Tsunade was panting hard. It had been a long time since she had ever done any fighting at all. She needed to end this, and how? So she slammed her finger down and it shattered the ground. Naruto, Mika, and Rio limped up away before they could get trapped in the rumble. Damn it, Tsunade, I'm not paying for all that, Jiraiya said. Tsunade ignored her old teammate and charged at Mika, since she had figured out that she was a medic and support part of the team, meaning she should be taken out first. Mika, look out, Rio shouted. Mika saw Tsunade coming at her and froze for a second. Rio got to Mika just in time and Kamui the both of them away. Tsunade finger destroyed the log. Rio and Mika there right by Naruto's side. Are you okay? Naruto asked his two friends and teammates. Mika and Rio nodded. Sorry about that, I just froze, Mika apologized. It's alright, Mika, it happens to all of us, Naruto said with a smile. Mika nodded. What should we do? Rio asked. Not sure. She's too strong for us, even though she out of shape. We need some luck, Naruto said. Well, that's where you come in, Naruto, Mika said. Naruto nodded. Tsunade waited as the three regrouped. She knew she shouldn't push her average, but she was curious as how these three will fight. She wouldn't admit it, but it felt good fighting again. The talents racing through her veins. Alright, go! Naruto shouted. Mika pulled out her tomato and raised in the slash Tsunade. Tsunade dodged this only to barely sidestep Rio's attack. Naruto came in and started and sealed Tsunade. he had punched her in the nose, so now they backed away and held her nose. "You brat," she growled, then froze as she stared at her hands. They are covered with blood. Naruto was about to press the answer, but Mika stopped him. "Why did you stop me, Mika?" Naruto asked. "Look, Naruto," Mika said. Naruto saw Tsunade was standing there frozen, staring at her blood hand. "What's going on?" Ryo asked. It appears Tsunade froze in fear of seeing blood, Mika chose. "But she's a medic and she should be used seeing blood," Naruto said. "Yes, but remember what happened. Remember her past," Mika said. Naruto and Ryo thought back and nodded. They remembered their lessons on the Sonic from school. "Come kids, let's go." Tsunade not up for any more tonight, Jiraiya said. Naruto, Mika, and Ryo nodded and left. Susune rushed to her sensei. Scene break. The next day, Jiraiya was with the three. They were just a little ways out of the village. What are we doing today?" Mika asked. "Going to find out what your enemy allies are," Jiraiya said as he pulled out 3 spirit of paper. "Know what these are? It's chocolate paper made out of a specific tree that feared chakra and as they grow," Ryo said. "Good. Now the paper is infused some chakra into it, and we will seal your natural abilities are. Now, if the paper splits in half, you got win mentality. If the paper crackles or winkles, you got lightning. If it busts into flames, fire. Earth to the paper will turn to dust, dirt, and water. The paper gets dumped," Jiraiya said. So Naruto, Mika, Ryo took the slips of paper and pushed some chakra in. Naruto got wet and splat in the half. For Mika, a part of the paper got wet and the other part turned into dirt. And Ryo got wet and crumpled. Jiraiya was shocked. "Well, Naruto, you got water ability, which is obvious coincidence that what you did during the finals. But the wind shocked me since I usually found in sand to still rare. Mika, yours water and earth. An interesting companion they are. And finally, Ryo, yours is water and lightning. Other interesting combo," the toad Sanin said. "So what now?" Ryo asked. "Now we train you up so you can use those abilities," Jiraiya said. Scene break. Back in New Whirlpool, there was a Konoha team at New Whirlpool Gate. With them were Tenten's dad and the Ichirakus. They all decided to go together, and Team 7 were sent to interact them to new home. So Team 7 had also an actual mission as well, aside from a simple court mission. "Hi, who goes there?" a tuning guard asked. "Kakashi Hatake, here with my team along with Dozi and Ichi and Yume Ichiraku. I have a message for Lady Celine," Kakashi said. The tuning mumbled to the second tuning that was on the guard duty with him. Then the second tuning left. "Wait here," the first tuning said. Kakashi nodded. "Kakashi, why are they here? Why are we here?" Sakura asked. "We're here to help we turn between our villages. The Hokage wants to manage forces with New Whirlpool, and this is a good way to start. Our team will be the first assigned to help New Whirlpool on their missions. The rest of the teams will be doing the same, Kakashi said. Cha. Don't know why, Sasuke mumbled. Saijo smiled. The second tuning appeared. Lady Celine will see you. Follow me, and the second tuning said. So Team 7 headed and made their way to the tower. Danza and lead the Kuzengai, proud by the Kuzengai clan member. Well, Ichirakus were guided away to the other area to find housing and space to open their stand. Team 7 got to the Celine office. So Kakashi, what can I do for you? Celine asked. Kakashi held her scroll, counting the message. Celine read it and then sat down. You know what is required of you? She asked. Kakashi nodded. Good. But as for your team, Celine said, turning to the three Genin. You three are guests in my village, and as guests you'll be in bow my laws. You are not in Konoha anymore, and that means you wouldn't have the same privileges that were offered to you in your own village. You are now under my command now. Sokka looked shocked and terrored as she felt to slow ache and kunai that Celine was giving out. Sasuke tired and glared back, but it was useless. As for Sai, he just smiled. Kakashi knew that this might happen due to how most of the teams acted around New Whirlpool Shinobi manually Naruto's team. Good. Now dismissed for now, Celine said. Team 7 left. Celine then called her Ambu. I want you and a small team watch them. I don't care about the goal or Kakashi. Kakashi's alright, and the goal is useless. Focus on the Uchiha and the other boy. I want daily reports, he said. Yes, Lady Celine. The Ambu said, then bowed and left. Scene break. Jiraiya was amazed by how training was going. Thanks to New Whirlpool's team use of shadow clones, they were spending up their ability training by half, really maybe more. Naruto had finished cutting the leaf but had to stop there since there was no waterfall that he could cut through. So he was working on the his water element. Rio was working on his lightning element, and Miko was training on her earth element. All three had a face of content. Tsunade had walked in on their training and was amazed. She then spotted Mika. You go, she called. The real Miko stopped her training. Yes, she said. You're a training medic? You're a trained medic, am I right? Tsunade asked. Mika nodded. Tsunade walked over to begin to quiz Mika, and Mika answered each question correctly. Tsunade was impressed with what Mika knew and then took a look at what Mika carried was unbound. Mika carried most of her medic supplies and her scrolls, but had a basic med kit on her. Scene break. Back in New Whirlpool. Team 7 were doing missions, but they were anything big or exciting. Mainly since Celine didn't trust Team 7 enough to give them good missions. She explained to this Kakashi and he understood. Daddy, look, that boy looks just like you, Ego shouted. This had Team 7 stop. Now, Kojo, it's rude to point, Itachi said, Gary chuckling his eldest daughter. But Daddy, he looks like you. But his face looks like he needs to go to the potty. Oh my god, she said. Sasuke saw his brother and rage took him. Itachi, he screamed as she charged on Itachi. Itachi had heard his brother scream and saw his charging in. Sasuke was running at him with his kunai in hand and rage in his eyes. He stepped in front of Kunai to protect her. Kunai, go home to your mother, he said sternly. Kusanagi hesitated for a moment, but then dashed off as fast as she could go home. Sasuke didn't even get close to Itachi. The three new Whirlpool Anbu appeared to grab Sasuke's waist, and the third had his sword in his neck. Let go of me. I must kill Itachi. I must get my revenge. Let me go. Don't you know who I am? Sasuke screamed. Itachi shook his head sadly as he walked up to his brother through keep so distance of this sibling. Itachi, I'm supposed to see you here, Kakashi said. Hello, Kakashi. I'm surprised upon New Whirlpool and they given me a home. Itachi said. Kakashi nodded. Kakashi-sensei, why are you talking to this traitor? We have to kill him, Sakura shouted. Sakura, if you use your eyes, then you must see. So Itachi is using a new Whirlpool headband, and that makes him a shinobi here. We can't kill him. It's extremely within his village in front of 3 Ambus, Kakashi said in calm tones. Sasuke kept trying to struggle his way out of the Ambu's grasp, but his glare still locked on his brother. So this is what I have done to you, little brother? I apologize for it since I had planned, but that had all changed when I came here, Itachi said, looking sadly at his sibling. Sasuke just grinned his teeth, growled in below as he tried to get free. What should we do to capture? What should we do to capture? The Ambu asked. Itachi thought for a moment, then looked at Kakashi. If we knock him out, will you be able to handle him? He asked. Kakashi nodded. Knock him out and give him back to his joining advisor. By the way, nice reunion time, but still a bit slow. Well, I need to work on that, Itachi said. The Ambu knocked out Sasuke and then released him to Kakashi. Break scene. Back to Zengai, Tsunade, and Jiraiya were having a drink. So are you going to do it? Jiraiya asked. What? What are you talking about, pervert? Tsunade asked. Go and help Orochimaru. I think he came for your help. So my question is, are you going to help him? Jiraiya asked. Why should you care? Tsunade asked. Because if you help him, then I have no choice than to kill you, Jiraiya said in a cold, hard voice. Tsunade was a bit startled hearing Jiraiya speaking like this, since she hadn't heard him talk like this since the war, but she stayed silent. Those 3 are something, ain't they? Jiraiya asked, changing the topic. Yes, Mika's quite a medicine. She is a jolly to talk with, Tsunade said. Yes, all 3 have factions in the team. They all looked out for each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they are a new Sannin, even if they are from another village, I said. That's a bold prediction, Tsunade said. I believe it. I just know that Naruto and his team will surpass us, Jiraiya said with a smile. Tsunade sat and complimented as she sipped on her sake. Scene break. The information with Orochimaru went like this. Tsunade had decided not to do what the Snake Sunny wanted. Her time with Naruto and his team helped her heal some, and she in the end declined to take the job as Hokage. And she decided to take the job as Hokage. It will help further Rizka with no Whirlpool. So during the meeting, Tsunade tried supporting the healing, but Kabuto stopped it. Turds started a fight, but the three Sannin faced off Jiraiya and Tsunade against Orochimaru, while Kabuto faced off against Naruto's team. This throughout to be interesting, Kabuto complimented, as hands then glow green. Careful, guys, he's using chakra spellers, Mika said, then her hands turned green. Automatin, interesting, Kabuto said. The two clashed, blocking one another's green glowing hands. Kabuto, though he didn't know it was at discovering, yes, he was older and should have more experience, but Mika was just well trained and experienced thanks to her shadow clones and worked out with tension. She was also more flexible with her body than Kabuto. She slashed at Kabuto and got him good, but clashed at what was next to her. A Julie was she clashed here right in front of her eyes. Nicely done, little one, but I take more than that to take me down, Kabuto said. But now I sever your Neo as a Neo, Mika said. I have the ability to use my chakra and heal myself, Kabuto said with a grin. Shit, this makes things much harder, Naruto said. It's done. But now impossible, Rio said. Plan? Naruto asked. Well, we could go with a permanent pursuit, Rio suggested. I'm for it. Mika? Naruto asked. Let's go, Mika said. So the three got into position with Kabuto looking at three. The fight with the Sunni was interesting. Airable as powerful jutsus were thrown around like free candy, but none of them got their underhand since they knew each other so well that they were able to counter one another's attempts to trump the other. Through Orochimaru's hand clapping, it limits him very well. He called on Kabuto, who was trending from his fight with New Whirlpool's team, as come over and summon Madara. In flashy escape, it was time to head home. So Tsunade and Suzune, along with Jiraiya, pounded his ways with Naruto and Mika. When the team returned to New Whirlpool, they got a break for a week for the rest, but that break was quickly, and they were back soon in Celine office wearing their new orders/missions. Now time for your new assignments, Mika. You're assigned to the hospital for now till things change or you called away on a mission with your team, Celine said. Mika nodded. Real, you'll be able to guard and watch over the Hyuga's Highness and her guard while they are here, Celine said. As you wish, Lady Celine, Rio said, bowing. Naruto, you'll to watch the Konoha team that is here, Celine said. Sure, no problem, Naruto said. Know this, that these are your assignments for now. But however, your team is needed for a mission. You'll be back working together. You're dismissed and to begin your assignments throughout. Naruto stayed back for a moment, Celine said. Mika and Rio left Naruto. The Konoha team sent a Kakashi team. Well, you'll be able to handle it? I don't want any trouble, Celine asked. I will, Auntie, trust me, Naruto said. I will, but just as you know, I have a squad of ample watching the team. They're focused on the Chiha and the boy named Sai, Celine said. Do you want me to keep an eye on them too, Naruto asked. If you could, but that's not your job. Your job is to watch them as they do their mission. Celine said. Right, I do my best. Be off. I be off. See ya, Auntie, Naruto said. Naruto, take this. This is a Konoha team. Next mission along couple others. Celine said as she tossed Naruto a bundle of scroll. Naruto catched them and left. Scene break. I think this is where I'm gonna end it. So, see ya. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Like and subscribe, and see ya in the next part.